Let's get it, YouTube. Good morning, everyone. Uh, Nice sunny day. It's gonna be pretty hot here. Uh, Want to give a shout out to my little sister Leah. Today is her birthday. Happy birthday, Leah. Uh, I hope you guys watched the video from yesterday. Uh, if if you come across any of these videos, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I appreciate everybody that has stopped by the channel and given it support. I appreciate it. Of course, later on when we start doing bigger and better things, and I invite you guys to events on me, that I'll show you that appreciation because all support is totally appreciated. So today, got one that's a little serious, because this involves people's lives, characters, livelihood, whatever. So this is about me asking a question to all of you. Do you think that there should be consequences for the person or persons? Because I've heard on YouTube, other social media platforms, that other people were involved in different incidents, that people are now coming out 20 or 30 years later and saying that these people did this, that, or the other. And what should be do you think that people have credibility that come out 20 or 30 years later for an incident and didn't confront that incident right away if someone did something against them? I did see a case where a lady did, at the time of these incidents that occurred to her, she actually had signs out in front of this person's uh, work area saying that this person did that. She did not compromise herself. But what about the other people that come out 20, 30, 40 years later and say, well, I didn't say anything because I was trying to be in that career. So what do you guys think should happen? So I'm just going to say my opinion, just my opinion. Doesn't make it right or wrong. This is just my thoughts on this subject. I think that if you know about an incident and you didn't say anything about this incident, that you are just as guilty as the person who did the whatever to whoever. That's just my opinion, like I said again. And why would you come out 20 or 30 or 40 years later if it is not a money grab? Because you didn't stand up for yourself then. So how is it all of a sudden that you get brave enough to say something now because you know that you can get monetary uh, compensation? So yeah, that's just the question I'm asking today to everybody. Comment below. Let me know what you think. Because like I said, I could be wrong at any time. And these are just my opinions. These are just my thoughts. Because I feel that if any situation happens to you, you as the person who is affected, the best way to get a situation resolved is to hit the nail on the head. Now, hit the nail on the head. That means speak up, speak out, keep speaking up, keep standing up. Always say in every conversation, this person is no good because of such and such and such. Relay your story. People may not believe you because that person has money, but you keep relaying that story. If you come out 20 or 30 or 40 years later trying to get compensation, I would be behind you because you've been speaking on it openly for a long time. The people that don't speak on things openly for 20 or 30, 40 years, that's to me is an ulterior motive, so I can't trust what you really are saying. I'm not saying that the person didn't do what you said. I can't say that. I wasn't there. But your credibility to me is a little bit diminished because if you are that terrified, that traumatized, that overwhelmed that somebody actually did these things to you and you didn't make a fuss and a muss all the time, I'm not feeling you at all, period. I'm not feeling you because I didn't say that the person didn't do it. I said that you didn't get out there and let everybody know and let them get their consequences right away. Because if somebody didn't do it, then they can go to a court of law. They can say, "Hey, I didn't do it." Prove, give evidence, get testimony. If you have a case, you can get it in front of a judge. Get the right lawyer. How they say, get the right mouthpiece. Let them talk for you. Let them get your story out there. Use social media to get it out there. Hey, tell plenty people because then your credibility is much better. I believe in people being held accountable for their actions. If a monster is out there doing monster type things, then bam, they should be stopped. But they should be stopped immediately. Don't come and say, well, they did it and I was scared. So what made you unscared to go to court now? Y'all feel me? What made you scared? You're not that scared. You just went to court and said all these things, right? But you didn't come out when the incident happened, when the hurt happened, when the trauma happened, when you were overwhelmed, right? But all of a sudden, now that you can grab a few dollars, because your American society is money hungry, right? So anybody trying to make a money grab for anything. So now you're not scared and you're ready to pick up a big bag, right? So I'm going to say this, most people that I have talked to feel the same way that I feel. When we see these people coming out 20 or 30, 40 years later, we're puzzled. We're straight puzzled because we're like, okay, well, if that had happened to me, some people say, well, Val, some people can't express themselves in different type of manners or whatever. They're timid, they're shy, they're scared or whatever. So if you're scared, you're really supposed to say something, right? Because why would you walk around the rest of your life with fear? So if you're scared, that is the time to say something when something happens, not when you see other people trying to grab money from this individual. Now you jumping in line with them, trying to get you a little piece of money, right? Because see, remember I said people in America pretty greedy, pretty money hungry. So they'll do anything to try to get a bag. So lying on somebody, and sometimes these people are not lying now. These people did do what they said they did. Now we can't say that these monsters are not monsters. I would never bag a monster like that because that's just not my way. But the only thing I'm saying is people that were involved in these situations with these people doing these monster type stuff, they should also be prosecuted. How is you standing by and somebody's being assaulted, somebody's being essayed, just different type of stuff, trafficked, they're calling it trafficking, all that stuff. How could you as a person stand by and not say nothing? And then 20 or 30 years, when these other people coming out to make the money grab, now all of a sudden, you know something. So those people should be prosecuted too. Just like the parents of kids that are dropping their kids off with adults because they're celebrities trying to catch some clout or whatever, fame or whatever, just to get a little close to fame, they should be prosecuted also. So there we are again. Facebook, I'm asking the question: how should they be held accountable? Should they be held accountable? And when are the court systems going to say, stop bringing stuff to me that's 20, 30, 40 years old? And then making somebody responsible 20, 30, 40 years later when that person could have been held responsible the previous 40 years. That's all I got to say, y'all. I appreciate y'all listening. Try to watch the videos to the end. Sometimes they good in the beginning, sometimes they good in the end. But hey, I still appreciate you guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Peace. YouTube.